one leader of a major U.S. utility says the green economy is still in its infancy and still very much under development. Clean Sky's Dipka Bhambhani is joining us now after a pretty interesting conversation you had, Dee. It's
true. The president and CEO of Entergy New Orleans says he's not convinced the green revolution is sustainable yet. Roderick West says utilities do not have certainty that the green economy is going to last beyond the stimulus dollars. During an energy discussion sponsored by Black Enterprise magazine this week, West said the stimulus is an artificial booster, a subsidy to entice utilities to move ahead to retrofit their plants or add more renewables to the grid. But no utility can really tell how much it's going to cost them and eventually their ratepayers to go green. He says that uncertainty is not driving utilities like Entergy to take broad action and pay out of pocket for things like smart grid infrastructure.
All of the federal dollars that are going to produce, to incent the manufacture, the development, and the sale of these technologies has a very real cost. Now, the subsidies, as an economic matter, are hiding the cost over time from the consumers, such that we're not making this, fully informed decisions from a price signal perspective.
So what happens when the government handout dries up? West says that in the end, the success of the revolution will depend on how much money Americans are willing to pay out for their electricity.
It all sounds great when the president's talking about it, or the governor's talking about it, or the mayor's talking about it. But if the lady who lives at home alone, or the family of four on a fixed income really don't care to engage in this energy conversation, then are we really being smart about the deployment of resources, or is the issue on the education side? Because if for us, we're worried about the cost of energy having a disproportionate impact on those in the bottom quintile of income or disposable income.
Now, it's worth noting that 25% of Entergy's customers in that region live below the U.S. poverty line. That's a family income of about $22,000 a year for a family of four. West says that while the utility isn't spending its ratepayers' money to become more efficient, it has accepted $5 million from the stimulus to install nearly 12,000 smart meters into low-income homes. The utility has also accepted $4.6 million in stimulus funds to improve its transmission system, Tyler.
All right, Dee, we hear about certainty from utilities. That's what they're looking for. Certainty within energy circles here in Washington usually means a price on carbon. It sounds like that's the same case here, right?
Well, that's exactly right. West said there needs to be climate change legislation and a price on carbon, because he said that a clean energy sector is not going to grow organically within market forces, that it's going to actually take a mandate.
Did West talk about why he's taking stimulus dollars for a smart grid project? Then it seems at odds with some of his other points he made.
Well, he's not a complete naysayer of all things green. He actually does believe that it could work with that price on carbon, for example. But he took that money because he wants to see if that low-income household, that's making $22,000 a year, could cut their energy use and then cut their bills, which would, help overall and would help the entire territory.
Yeah, a weakness in terms of critics who are pointing to cap and trade as a potential problem for those ratepayers, certainly.
Right.
All right, Dipka Bhambhani, thank you very much. Dee, what exactly is the gas industry looking for here in terms of what you heard in testimony today?
Well, executives of the natural gas industry told the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee that natural gas is plentiful and clean, and the Congress should do more to boost it, more so than the House did when it passed its energy bill in June. The Energy Information Administration says the natural gas outlook is favorable in the near term. EIA Administrator Richard Newell told lawmakers that natural gas prices are on track to slowly rise in the coming 2 decades. He said that puts pressure on an industry already facing significant challenges in this green revolution.
Now, we support a national climate policy that creates a level playing field to kickstart the phased retirement of the nation's least efficient and most carbon-intense coal-fired plants.
The director of energy risk at Dow Chemical said putting a price on carbon could be enough for a boost for natural gas. And coupled with rising natural gas prices, it could really be all the natural gas industry needs, Tyler.
Dee, having spent enough time around the Energy Committee, it has a great reputation for bipartisanship. So I'm curious about what the respective leaders of the parties on the committee had to say.
Chairman Jeff Bingaman of New Mexico said, first he asked, do we really have 100 years worth of natural gas in the United States? That was his big question.
The work is far from done for now, it's clear. All right, Dipka Bhambhani, thank you very much.